He used his home advantage. Paul di Resta wins the 7th round of the DTM at Brands Hatch. A lights-to-flag win for the Brit in a thrilling race. Among the more than 20,000 spectators was Formula One world champion Lewis Hamilton. The start. Pole sitter Paul di Resta left front, points leader Timo Scheider alongside him on the right. Both get well off the start line. Behind them, Bruno Spengler forced his way past Tom Christensen. Alexandre Premar wanted to start a little bit too quick, jump start and a drive-through penalty for the Audi driver. While di Resta, Scheider and Spengler set the pace out in front, Christensen dropped back more and more and had to let Gary Paffett and here Jamie Green pull away. Bruno Spengler was the first of the top three to come into the pits, a quick stop. Only 2 laps later, Timo Scheider comes in for his service. For him, everything goes as planned until fellow Audi driver Christian Bakkerud got in his way at the pit lane exit. Ralf Schumacher also got a drive-through penalty as he hadn't respected the speed limit in the pit lane. Then Lewis Hamilton watched Martin Tomczyk, the winner of the Nürburgring, during his stop. He rejoined ahead of Timo Scheider. After that, race leader Paul di Resta came into the pits. For him, everything went as planned. The order after the first pit stops: di Resta from Spengler, Tomczyk and Scheider. Then a lot of smoke. What had happened? A spin of Oliver Jarvis. He was pushed around by Jamie Green, not quite the fine British way. A drive-through penalty for the AMG Mercedes driver. Timo Scheider benefited from the battle between Tomczyk and Spengler. The Audi driver forced the way past Spengler, but soon had to let his fellow Audi driver Timo Scheider get past. The second mandatory stop for the race leader Paul di Resta. This time again, everything went perfectly. The race order before the final third: di Resta, Timo Scheider, Martin Tomczyk and Gary Paffett. After a crash of Matthias Lauda and the subsequent first safety car intervention, another accident happened at the restart. Tom Christensen was pushed off by Bruno Spengler. I overtook Tom Christensen. He was angry at me. I made contact with him on the side and I apologize when it was a little bit too harsh. But from my point of view, it was just a racing accident while overtaking. Ralf Schumacher was happy in the end. In spite of a spin and a subsequent drive-through penalty, he still ended up 9th. It was a very chaotic race. I also made mistakes. Some cars were off the track. That is usual at a circuit like this. I think that it was very entertaining for the spectators. Racing resumed for another 2 laps, but there were no more changes out in front. Paul di Resta wins from Timo Scheider and Martin Tomczyk.
It's great. I had a lot of family and friends here at Brands Hatch. It's the closest race to my home, so it's a great place to start this year. I would have hoped it was much sooner to get on the podium, at least win. But we're coming strong now. I believe all the misfortune we've had in the previous races is coming to an end.
For Timo Scheider's second place is a reason for joy. He kept his rivals in the battle for the title at bay and achieved his goal.
Natürlich war es mein Ziel, vor Gary anzukommen und vor Matthias anzukommen. Das hat funktioniert.
Finishing ahead of Gary and Matthias was my goal. That worked out. Second place is a perfect result for us. Of course, I would have liked to win, but today Paul put on a perfect show. Unfortunately, we had troubles during the pit stops and while lapping.
Bei den Boxenstopps beim Überrunden hatten wir viel Zeit verloren. Das waren natürlich Situationen, die uns nicht unbedingt geholfen haben.
Paul di Resta claims the third DTM race win of his career. Here the results at a glance. Gary Paffett ends up 4th, Matthias Ekström is 5th. Jamie Green, Susie Stoddard and Catherine Legg end up 12th, 13th and 15th in their home race. The drivers' classification. Timo Scheider extends his lead over Matthias Ekström to 5 points. Gary Paffett is 3rd. Paul di Resta is closing up to Bruno Spengler with this victory.